like 21, it's a knife. Bust a left, I got drunk and took a right. I'm so high, you fuck with me, I'll take your life. And then take your life, bring you back to fuck her twice. Ay. I'm in the cut, oh yeah, she wanna fuck, oh yeah, that little bitch cutthroat, yeah, she give me deep throat, yeah, stitch like low, combination no cheat code, yeah, I got the G code, gun gon' sing on glee, mo, yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the podcast. Pretty much, if you didn't go check out the first episode, go check it out. Pretty much, I kind of just talk about like negative effects of not like taking action and things in life, like if that's like work or finding something better or like a better job, whatever. Like, you know, just pretty much just sitting there complaining, not taking the action of actually doing shit. And I talk about a few other things like mass censorship on like things on like platforms like YouTube, all that shit, and a few other fucking things. So definitely go check that shit out. But pretty much today's video is kind of a lot of topics, but they are kind of combined into one big thing. And pretty much it's, I don't know really how to explain it. It's just I have all my notes. It's a whole bunch of shit. I'm gonna try like, you know, I don't want to make these podcast episodes hella fucking long, but this might be one of those for us a little extra longer. But pretty much the main thing is it's bad to work out to be more attractive. A lot of people tend to, those two sides will people will not work out at all because they don't give a fuck. And then those people in the middle that kind of walk out because they know, hey, it's a good thing to do, but they're not like, oh, I need to be some crazy bodybuilder. And then there's some people that are just completely obsessed with it. That's all they fucking do. They really care about how they look and all that shit. And pretty much, we're just gonna kind of go down the list. For me, I don't think it's personally the worst thing ever to walk out to look more attractive. I think it's a good thing. But when you try to like shove it in other people's faces, it's kind of annoying. Like, it's good to kind of be like, hey, I made progress, or kind of like gloat your progress, you know, be like, hey, fuck yeah, you know, like hype yourself up. But it's also when you're just kind of rubbing it in people's faces, being, oh, I'm better than you for this or that, it gets a tad bit annoying because there's always someone that's above you in some kind of way, and that's just kind of the world we live in. But pretty much, number one, the benefits of working out, it's pretty fucking simple for anyone. There's a lot of fucking benefits. Number one, like, again, you could look better. You can, number one, feel better. Biggest thing when it comes to working out and shit, I feel like you shouldn't do it to look better for someone else, but look better for you. You know, not be like, oh, I'm just gonna work out so I can pull more chicks or whatever the fuck. Like, that could be a good, like, thought in the back of the head. Like, be like, yeah, the more I work out, the more maybe chicks might find me more attractive or whatever. But in reality, you gotta do that shit for yourself. If you're just doing it for other people have different expectations, different, things that they find attractive that you might not like or whatever the fuck. So again, at the end of the day, you gotta do it for yourself. I'm not saying, oh, you gotta like be obsessed and love yourself, all that shit. Like, obviously you should love yourself, but I'm saying you don't gotta be all obsessive over yourself, but you gotta have that little bit, so then you're not just, again, like I'm saying, doing it for other fucking people. And the benefits of like working out, you kind of lead into my second thing that I was gonna go over, is like the benefits of a routine. You saw to build a routine. Like things like work, school, you learn how to build a routine and manage a routine and keep that going. And routines are good. Again, I wouldn't want to say you want to change it up, because if you go off the same routine day in, day out, it gets boring, it gets stale, and then you're kind of like, what the fuck I'm doing? You gotta spice it up a bit. But it's good to have a good routine or a good structure to go on, because then you know what you gotta get done, or you get it done, and then also it's just kind of, you're not like, oh, what the fuck do I gotta do, or you're not really like, feel like you're just floating in a empty space. You actually feel like you have purpose, you have something to do with your day. And how to kind of manage and keep a routine, pretty much the best way that I've kind of done it is just yeah, make a list of like what you gotta get done in the day. Like make little like notes and shit, cross it out as you get that shit done, and get on. It's really at the end of the day, no one's gonna be on you besides you to get shit done. Maybe when you're little and you're a kid, you have your parents, but even then, at the end of the day, it's really on you to go and out and do it. So it's really the biggest thing is, do you want to stick to that routine? And if you really want to, you will, and you will push yourself to want to stick to that routine that you're trying to build. And yeah, best way I can really explain how to kind of just keep that and manage it, just again, yeah, make a list, make goals for yourself, and just push yourself to stick with it and not fall back into maybe old habits or a different routine that is maybe worse for yourself. Um, and that's really leads into my other thing of like the benefits of pushing yourself. This is really how keeping your routine and managing it is gonna help you. Is the more you push yourself, the more you're gonna want to stick to that routine and hold that routine down. And with pushing yourself, you have to get motivated, and pretty much motivations. It's kind of confusing nowadays because a whole bunch of people think like, oh, if I'm depressed, like something's wrong with me. And at the end of the day, yes, there is something wrong with you, but you should use your depression not as something to be down about or just kind of let your depression feed off of you. You should at least use it in some kind of benefit way, or at least motivates you to get stuff done, or to kind of, walk more towards your goals. Because again, you're not going to get rid of that feeling until you achieve your goals or get at least closer to achieving your goals. And again, the whole reason why you're probably depressed in the first place is because you haven't achieved your goals. So again, kind of use it as a way to kind of motivate yourself. Be like, if I stick with this routine, oh, if I do this, if I get this done, I'm going to feel better later on. It's all about kind of watching out for your future self, and kind of, I would say this is the next thing that's kind of, a bit, not really exactly on the topic we're on right now, but, kind of leads into the walking out shit. Hiking, benefits of hiking is really good. Again, it's usually old people shit to do, like, oh, I'm gonna go on a hike, all that shit, but again, it's really beneficial, definitely if you live in an area with good scenery and shit, or you can find some really good trails. Again, really in any city, or town, there's usually really good trails, and even if you kind of live out in bumfuck nowhere, you're kind of the luckiest, anywhere is kind of a hike for you, but, it's just nice because the benefits of hiking, again, you're going out there, walking out, and also you're just kind of, not trying to be like, oh, you gotta be one with nature, but again, it kind of lets you go out and be in nature and not really be in, like, oh, in the city or the town as much, in the big ass concrete jungle, kind of, brings you more back into like into nature and shit. And it's good too, definitely if you're into photography. If you really like doing photography and shit, hiking's probably your best fucking friend when it comes to that kind of shit, because you can come across really good things and really cool things to take photos of. And then the next thing, I wouldn't say I have the best fucking diet ever, but I have an okay diet. I'm not like fat as fuck. But good dieting, definitely, everyone knows has this fucking benefits. Again, like, you're gonna feel better, and it's gonna help you again stick to your routine and wanting to work out and wanting to go out and do shit. And it just, again, all around, like, all of these things are kind of building on, like, trying to stick to your routine, trying to work out more, trying to like manage your routine, trying to push yourself and stay motivated. All that shit kind of builds off your diet. Like, if you eat in the morning, what you eat in the morning, what you eat at lunch, all that shit kind of builds on. Because if you eat junky, shitty food that doesn't energize you, you're going to be too tired to want to go out and do shit, achieve your shit. Then if you ate something good and filling, that gives you the energy to want to go achieve things, and you're going to feel better about yourself. You're going to want to go do those things. And setting like realistic goals and milestones, pretty much. Again, you want to set like high goals for yourself. Like for me, I want to grow my channel. It'd be cool to one day maybe see my channel at 1 million subscribers, but I'm not gonna like put like in my head, oh, I need to jump from 200 subscribers to 1 million subscribers by the end of the year. Like, I know some people kind of have that thought process, and I'm not saying it's like bad, but again, at the end of the day, you do want to set realistic goals. So like, again, if I do hit 1 million subs somehow by the end of 2023, that'd be fucking cool. But then at the same time, I'm not gonna like make that be like, oh, that's gonna happen, because again, it cannot. And again, the biggest thing about staying motivated and pushing yourself is like, again, you want to push yourself to, you know, achieve higher goals and stuff. But again, for me, I'm at like 216 subscribers, so my next goal is to hit over like 300 subscribers by the end of 2023. Like, if I hit any more or anything extra, like say I hit 500 or I hit, like I said, 1 million by the end of 2023, that'd be awesome. But my main goal is to hit at least over 300. So again, if you achieve higher than your goal, that's great, you know, but you still want that realistic point. So if you even do achieve that goal, you can at least, you know, kind of be like, yes, I at least got that one thing, you know, I wanted. But then also at the same time, when you start hitting these goals, you kind of do surpass them and move on to different things that you weren't expecting as well. So again, just setting kind of realistic goals. Like, I'm not saying set yourself these small little goals or anything like that. You want to set yourself some big goals in the end, you know. But again, along the way of those big goals, like, you know, your big goal, it could be hit 1 million subscribers or whatever you're trying to do, get $1 million, whatever. But you're not gonna get like that instantly, you know. So you gotta set goals along the way. So again, maybe your first goal should be get $1,000, then 10,000, then 20,000, you know, and kind of build from that. And again, you might surpass that goal. You might make $1,000 really quickly and be like, oh, what the fuck? And then you move on. You know, you just kind of gotta build off your goals and shit. And again, some goals you might surpass quicker than you do others. And again, it's good to do positive things for others, but also remember to do positive shit for yourself. Again, at the end of the day, no one has your back besides your fucking self. So it's like, again, you can't just expect, oh, because you did nice shit for someone, they're gonna do nice shit for you back. Like, you can hope, but again, people can promise shit and shit won't be, you know, shit won't go through. So you know, you gotta watch out for yourself the most in the end. And again, you don't want to be that dickhead that goes around and is all selfish and is like, oh, I'm only watching out for myself. So you want to be nice, but then again, you gotta have that boundary at the end of the day though too, where you gotta watch your own ass though too, because no one's watching your ass. You know, as much as you want to think your friends are and shit, and they could be, but in the end, no one has your back as much as yourself. And gyms are good. Also, like, setting up a home gym is good. I think I talked about this in my last podcast, but or like in a past video, I think. But setting up a home gym's hella important. Like, again, you don't need a whole room set up. You could just have a I work out, but I'm not like a hell huge gym, bro. I just have a little like workout thing, kind of at home. But you just kind of want to get like, you know, a little like pull up bar, kind of a push up bench and shit, and you're kind of set and stick to that routine. Again, going to the gym, you're gonna have different kinds of weights, different kind of equipment you can use, so it's obviously better. But even if you don't want to go to a gym, or you don't have the money for a membership or whatever the fuck, home gyms are your friend. And you could get like a pull-up bar for like $30. You could get a bench press for maybe $50 to $100, depending on how fancy you want to go and all that shit. So again, you could definitely do it. And again, like, be open to taking criticism from people, but don't take bullshit. Like, again, people will come across and sometimes be on some hating shit and try to be like, oh, I know this, I know that, oh, I'm better than you. Like, that shit don't take. But like, again, know the difference between criticism and bullshit. Like, if a friend's giving you criticism, like, hey, you're fucking up, blah blah blah, this, they're not necessarily hating on your ass or just watching out for your ass. So it's like, the end of the day, like, you know, again, to be open to that shit, because again, other people's criticism can usually help benefit you, and usually people, that actually care about you and are actually giving you this criticism, or giving you for a reason, they actually do care about you and watch out for you, and it's just kind of stupid when people think like, oh, if you say this one thing about me, you're on some hating shit, like, fuck you, blah, 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 and it just, like, again, you can't really always be in that mindset. Sometimes I do like kind of slip into it, not too much. I always try like not really, not argue the person or try like give myself like this alibi, but try explain where the fuck I was at when if, for example, my dad's like, oh, why the hell did you do that or whatever the fuck. Try to explain myself, but again, I'm not like necessarily. I've learned over the years, like, you don't want to try, like, explain, like, why you're not wrong. You want to explain what happened, like, what your thought process was that. Because, again, at the end of the day, that's the best you can really do. And pretty much, your routine and your diet and your choices are what creates your destiny. So, again, you want to live a long life. You want to achieve things, in life, and you wanna, not like waste your money on stupid shit. You wanna be, have good health, be at the top, making good money and all that shit. You can't waste your money on bullshit. You can't eat bullshit. You're not gonna be healthy if you eat fucking McDonald's or fast food every fucking day, or you eat out all the time. Again, those places are healthy that you can eat out at, but again, those places end up usually being more expensive. So then you're just gonna run into the fact of being broke. So then at this one point, you're gonna just have to learn how to cook for yourself. And pretty much, yeah, again, like a lot of people say nowadays you can't afford a good diet. Yeah, food's going up and stuff, but again, you can afford a good diet, just people are too lazy to fucking want to cook nowadays. Again, like, food is expensive, and to buy groceries, yeah, like, compared to before COVID and shit, it is you can't get a whole bunch of shit, so, again, it is like a lot of fucking money, and sometimes I do think like, oh, I should just go out to eat instead of buying food or from the grocery store, because then I'm gonna have to cook it anyways. But again, you kind of do want to kind of like, obviously spoil yourself or whatever the fuck, but again, at the end of the day, if you're just gonna eat out, but you're like, oh, I'm eating healthy, you're gonna be broke. And then if you're gonna eat the cheap, shitty food when you go out, you're gonna be unhealthy. So it's like a double-edged sword. So it's like at the end of the day, you're best off just going to the grocery store, buying your own food, and cooking it yourself. Like, fuck, because then you know what's in it. It goes towards your diet, and you're not paying an arm and a leg for it. Because again, when you go out to eat, you're paying for like the person cooking it, the person talking to your dumbass, taking your fucking order, the machines, electricity, all that shit that like goes on to it. That's why they take like a $1 burger and make it like $7 fucking dollars, because they have so many other little things to pay for, obviously, to run the business. But pretty much that's the biggest thing, is to, again, write yourself down goals and shit, and once you achieve one goal, get another one, right away type shit, because again, you don't want to just be floating through life and not knowing what the fuck you're doing. You want to again, keep yourself motivated, and the one way to do that is by pushing yourself and sticking, again, to what I've been saying throughout this whole fucking video, is just sticking to your routine and keeping that routine. You might not follow it every single day, you might have slip-ups or whatever, but the more you follow it, the more you're gonna get better with it, and the more it's gonna stick with you, and then at one point, you're just gonna automatically just do that shit all the fucking time. Or just at least want to do it and be like, oh, when you miss it, you're like, fuck, at least I got it tomorrow. And again, like, a lot of people like to try to live by the saying, oh, we don't always have tomorrow. And it's like, that is true, and you should live by that to a degree. But then again, you shouldn't beat yourself up if you busted your ass off all day and you couldn't achieve one little thing. Like, again, you had the next day to tackle that thing. But either way, thought this video was gonna be actually long as fuck, because I had a whole bunch, like a whole fucking page of fucking notes, but I'm kind of going back over on everything. So I think we're gonna just kind of run through kind of what I talked about already a little, but try to add on to anything if I possibly missed it. But would say, like, again, we kind of breeze through the, like, talking, like, you know, taking criticism from people and shit, and it's like, a lot of people think, like, oh, if you talk against what they're doing or whatever, you try, put in your 2 cents, oh, you're on some hating show or whatever, and that's bullshit, blah, 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 but it's like, again, there's a big difference between criticism and hate. And it's like nowadays, a lot of people are almost taking certain kinds of criticism and try and mash it into, oh no, they're hating, oh no, it's hate, oh, it's this, but it's just criticism. Like, again, like, a lot of people kind of figure out their shit a bit more community and just kind of like, oh fuck. I'm like, the fucking video. I had my other fucking podcast video open to see, like, kind of just run through it real quick to kind of see what I talked about, because it was so long ago. It was like a month ago. But pretty much back on what I was saying. Pretty much, fuck. I'm like, I completely fucking forgot, because that shit completely distracted the fuck out of me. But pretty much, yeah, you know, like, people, like, want to try and just be like, oh, they're on some hate and shit, but again, criticism could be a good fucking thing, you know, not everyone's fucking perfect, and everyone nowadays wants to try to act like, oh, they're perfect, oh, I'm better than this person because I have this or that, and it's like, you could have certain things in life, and, like, you could have $1 million and all this shit, and have all this power, but you could still be the shittiest fucking person, or, you know, not a lot of people could like you, you know. A good example could be, like, a boss. Like, a boss could be very successful, have a lot of fucking money, have a successful ass company, but if he's a piece of shit to his coworkers and all of that, no one's gonna like his ass, even if he has a fuckload of money. It's like, you could have a fuckload of money, but even at that point, people probably would just like you only for your fucking money, you know? So it's like, again, at the end of the day, you're no different than somebody that has a fuckload of money or somebody who doesn't, you know? Like, again, to be open to criticism, again, like, not everyone's fucking perfect. It's stupid that people try to live this, like, oh, I'm perfect, oh, I'm this, because I think so, and it's like, no, you're fucking not. Again, like, even, like, again, like, just kind of, like, you know, don't beat yourself up too much about it, but at least take it in and kind of reflect it, you know? And, again, just, like, yeah, you know, just kind of just pretty much just stick to your shit. Like, that's the biggest shit. Like, again, no one's gonna really save your ass besides you, you know? You could ask, you know, for help, talk to people, you know, your friends, you could go to therapy, whatever the fuck, but it's only so much those sources can do for you, you know? At the end of the day, you gotta take action, like I said in my last podcast, and, you know, just, you know, stick to your shit. If you want to achieve a goal, you can achieve it. And it's like, again, like I said, your routine, your diet, and your choices are what creates your destiny. So again, you make bad choices, you're going to end up in shitty situations. You have a shitty routine, you're going to end up in shitty situations. You have a shitty diet, you're going to end up in a shitty situation. So again, if you have these 3 things kind of in a good balance, like, again, not everyone's perfect, but you can work on it to where it is close to perfect or is perfect, and you can have your destiny be perfect, you know, and have money, have a good health, and have good things around you, you know? It's all about your choices, routine, and diet, like I've been saying. But besides that, thought this video was gonna be way fucking longer, but ended out not. So that's kind of a good thing and kind of not. I don't know. It's however you look at it, I guess. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe. Turn on notifications, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye, guys.
You can beat my llama. Riding with 300, with 300 baller. These bitches think she Sosa.